to you all the time. And I tell them how great you are, right? It's a business owner.
Yeah, Brian has a pretty good script for that, so you don't feel, you know, silly doing that. He has a script like, I'm a local realtor and I have a lot of people relocating to the area. I'm putting a list together for them like as a welcome book to the neighborhood. So I want to put you on that list as a dentist, preferred dentist. I want to put you as a dry cleaner and la 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 and all that stuff. I'm going to put you on that list as a suggested people for the neighborhood. And I hope, you know, it's going to bring you some business. And would you like, you know, to be on the list? I would appreciate if you refer me people you know who want to move as well.
That's great, because you kind of make it about them.
You don't just ask them for business, you're also offering them. And it's very smart, you know, you say like, I live in Pembroke Pines, let's say, and I have people moving to Pembroke Pines. So I want to give them a local dentist, a local hairstylist, a local, I don't know, nail salon girl, the local dry cleaner. I'm going to put you on the list. I'm sending them like an email, like a welcome package. And I would appreciate if you send me your clients as well.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, they have a script for that. Just like check it out. It's on a platform.
That's the beauty. Thank you very much, Vera. I hope the applause wasn't too loud because I was applauding the whole time you were talking. Okay, because that's what this is about. Okay, good technique doesn't care who uses it, but you have to ask, because if you don't ask, 100% of the time the answer is no.
Where do you get that material, Vera?
Say again.
Where do you get that material? You mentioned that it's in his
coaching and consulting materials.
The whole thing that we're doing now?
Yeah.
I don't see the script.
But no, but understand that there is a whole compendium of great information in the Icenhower materials. The START program is take it for a test drive and dip your feet into it. But deeper into the program where you can go and explore, everything is available there. And so there's a thing about how to get referrals and how to do all these things, because these are, proven proof of concept methodologies that you can just adapt.
Do we have access to that?
Yes, 100%. Since the day we registered you for Icenhower. Now, again, asterisk next to that, I've got to make sure that now that you're registered for this class, that allows you to be in both, because it's kicked me out of.
Yeah, because I only see the one that you go by one, and you have to complete to get to the next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there's more materials behind this, and so this is just 1 hour a week as a precursor on how to get into that stuff, and to cover the basics. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Vera.
That script is pretty simple. It's pretty much the gist of it is like, I'm putting a list of local professionals together as a welcome package for the buyers moving into the neighborhood. Would you like me to refer your business? And I would really appreciate if you know someone who wants to buy or sell, send them my way. And majority of people will say yes.
It's a vendor list with a quid pro quo. I'm doing this for you, because in old days before the internet, realtors were the internet. They were the welcome wagon. When you moved into town, you expected your realtor to help you hook up your electricity, do this, find all the things that as the local expert. Okay, so building that vendor list is a strong point. And if someone said to you, "Hey, I'm doing this for you," then you have that social obligation to do it back. Okay, so good one. All right. So let's move now into our Icenhower materials for this week. Nope. Okay, so this week we've got a 15-minute video that we're going to look at here there's a deeper dive into the local service ads that we're going to have you study. We'll get 3 tips to help you appear more frequently for the local service ads, and then some documents that we're going to go over, and then a Q&A at the end. And there's even scripts to ask for Google referrals. So let's get started with the video.
Hi, my name is Brad Baldwin. I'm with Icenhower Real Estate Coaching and Consulting. Welcome to week 2 of START. Like I said at the beginning of this course, we are going to be moving very, very fast. And I know you will have questions on this, so please bring those questions to Ask Me Anything, or feel free to email me, or I'll get you some resources to help you with this.
Now be aware that that's that Thursday phone, and you're going to get more emails and text messages about going to the Thursday class. And you can go to that Thursday class. You don't have to ask anything, or you can ask anything that's got to do with this week's class. Yes, Angelica. Were you waiting?
What time is the Thursday class? What time is the
again?
Thursday class? Okay, what time is the Thursday class?
It's a Thursday office hours.
What?
We'll get you a text message that explains it. Okay. I believe it's at 2 o'clock, but I'll get you the text message, and you'll get onto that email when we have you registered for it. Evidently we've got a little mix up, but they're sending you out email.
Okay.
So this is a 1 hour, like you're in college, it's office hours. So Brad will be there. Other agents from around the country will be there. And
Okay.
you can ask any questions you want and listen to their answers to other questions.
Last week, we worked on
Okay,
getting
perfect.
our SOI database together, getting our contacts together into spreadsheets, and start uploading them into our CRM. Hopefully by doing that and updating their contact information and asking for referrals, you got leads. That's great. Now I'm going to show you, as a new agent or a veteran agent or whatever stage you're in, I want you to go ahead and start getting leads immediately. And I mean online leads. Now, let me rephrase that. I don't want you to go out and spend thousands of dollars on a fancy CRM system with pay-per-click leads and things of that nature. Number one, it's very expensive. Not to say it's not effective, because I got a lot of people that do it. I'm just saying, as a new agent, or maybe someone that's restarting their business, it might not be the best thing for you to do right now. So I'm going to show you some tips and tricks today on how to get leads automatically. You're going to have to spend a little bit of money, but I'm going to show you how to get leads right off the bat, so we can start selling homes here in week 2 of START. Now, what I'm going to show you now is something first off on Google. Okay, Google local service ads in the year 2021 has been the biggest online producer of leads that we've ever seen. Not only buyer leads, but listing leads, and it's about 50-50. So the leads that are coming from Google local service ads are really, really good. In fact, about 20-25% of them are converting. I'm going to teach you how to convert the leads in the next following weeks. But for this week, I'm going to just show you how to set everything up and hopefully start getting some leads right off the bat. I'm going to be sharing my screen a little bit, and I'm going to be moving along very quickly. I do have some YouTube videos, and I do have some other resources that you might need to watch to get a little bit further depth into this. And I'll be happy to share those with you on the Ask Me Anything, or send us an email and we'll send those to you. Or you can go on our YouTube channel, Google Local Service Ads on Icenhower Coaching Consulting, go to our YouTube channel, or ask us in our Facebook group, the Real Estate Agent Roundtable. Now, let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you what a Google Local Service Ad actually is. So let's get with it. Now, there's 3 things that you can do in Google for leads. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So you can have what we call an organic lead. That is your Google business page. And that's, if you got on Google and you search for real estate agents near me, or real estate agents, I live in Dallas, real estate agents in Dallas, Texas, you will see 3 things. You'll see these things up here. It says Google screen. You'll see 3 realtors. That's your local service ads, by the way. Then you'll see these little things here that says ad next to it, okay? This is what we call pay-per-click advertising. And what you're doing, this is people that if you click this, you're gonna go onto their website, and hopefully on their website, you'll get a lead from that, okay? So there's several steps in the process to get a lead from this. Down here, it's called our local business service page. This is absolutely free, and I'm gonna show you how to set that up as well in this training. But down here, this is where you can have a nice profile, as you can see, with your reviews, a link to your website, maybe a little bio, things of that nature. So this is where you can set this up for free, and I suggest you do it right away as part of our online presence, okay? Now, you might not get very many leads from this, but you might. The more reviews you get, the more leads you get. Now, let me show you this. This here, like I said, will send you to a website. Okay? They'll send you to a website, then you put in your website information. It's not very sticky because now I'm on a different website. I'm outside of Google. This guy, however, though, Google local service ads. I searched for real estate agents, Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna click here on my friend Dan Harker. Dan Harker's been here with a Google screen. It's got a check mark, got 217 reviews. Looks like a pretty legit guy. I'm looking for a real estate agent. Boom. So all I have to do is click on that or call him right here at this number or send a request. And it goes right to him. I don't have to go onto another website. I don't have to do anything. Boom, right there. Okay, is where you have to go. So it makes the leads very, very good and very, very warm because they're actually coming here to look for a real estate. They think that Dan Harker's legit. He's a very good real estate agent, 45 years in business, been around a long time. Here's a link to his website and all that. But instead of clicking the website or clicking here or going there, they can just call this number or send a request, and then it goes right to Dan. And that's what makes them so powerful. Okay? So I want you to get your local service ads up and running. Now, let me give you a little bit of a disclaimer here. The Google local service ads, you will have to pay for this. Okay. Now, it's not a monthly subscription that you paid for. You pay per lead that you get. So back in my example, if I clicked on Dan Harker's name and I called Dan, and Google's able to track all this, by the way, and then you go in there and I'm talking to Dan, and I'm talking to Dan for more than a minute and a half, they're going to charge Dan $30 for my lead. Okay, because I had a conversation with Dan. I'm looking for a real estate agent in Dallas, Texas. Therefore, they think it's a viable lead. Whether he converts it or not, that's on Dan. Now, if I called Dan Harker, if by mistake on that Google Voice number, and I said, "Hey, this is bad," hey, I'm looking for Domino's Pizzas. I said, "No, this is Dan Harker Real Estate." You can dispute that with Google local service ads, and they will charge you for it. But if you get a good lead from it, they will charge you. Now, before you freak out and say something about, "Oh, I don't want to spend any money," you don't have to do this. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to get some more free leads. But I want to say, if I get 10 leads, okay, and they charge me $300, or they charge me $30 per lead, that's a total of $300. Okay, now let's say that I can convert 25% of those leads. Okay, that's pretty good. So if I can convert 25% of those leads, so 25% of 10 is 2.5 leads. Let's just call it 3. And my average check is $10,000 at selling real estate. An average commission check is $10,000. That's $30,000 I made on my 300. That's a pretty good return on investment, if you ask me. All right. Now, whether you have the money to do that or not, that's up to you. But this is a way that you can go on and get leads right off the bat. Now, in our materials, in your workbook, it gives you very specific instructions on who to call, how to call, get all the documentation that you need to do to get set up on this. And now that Google Local Service Ads is up and running, they just started this like in maybe February of this year. They're really in tune to what's going on now. If you call the number, they're very apt to help you out. They will help you out and get everything set up for you. But it is kind of a struggle to get it going. You're going to have all of your documentation together. You're going to have your criminal background check. You're going to have your proof of license, your E&O insurance, provide a budget for your ads, everything. And the ad budget, while we're on that, is I want you to put on the max amount of ad budget that you can, because you'll get more leads. Okay. Now do whatever is comfortable for you, but if you put in the max amount of leads, it doesn't mean they're going to charge you that amount every month. I got people doing $4,000 a month. They don't charge you $4,000 a month. They only charge you for the leads that they give you. Okay. So get signed up.
I'm going to stop Brad there for a minute so that you understand what he just said. The algorithm is watching. Now, if you were the Google algorithm and you had someone that said, I want to spend $300 a week on leads, and you had someone that said, I'm going to spend $5,000 a week on leads, and you had a lead come in, who would you send it to? If you're in the business of making money, you're going to send it to the potentially better client. Now, you can stop receiving leads at any time in a minute's notice if they send you too many. But what we're finding is that over 60% of those leads are listing leads. And we already have people, Amber Sisters one, Dahlia is another one. We've had people already, Arthur Malley, Gladys, they've already had leads come in and close deals using the Google local service ads. So he said, what if you did 10 and you got 3? I'm saying, what if you did 1? Okay, out of 10. What if only 1 out of 10 closed? Well, our average commission is in the $10,000 mark, gross commission, and it cost you $300. How many times would you spend $300 to get 10,000? Plus, we've had people get rentals and buyer leads out of that as well.
All the time.
So yeah, as often as possible. So again, I wanted to highlight, put a larger number. Brian recommended to us 4,000 or 5,000. Monitor the leads as they come in. If you say, gee, I've got 7 leads this week, won't happen. But if it did, then you could say, hey, I need to slow it down at 5 or whatever. Because remember, they're going to rotate. They show the top 3 in the area. So if we went in right now and put in real estate agents in Coral Springs, we'd come up with one of them would be Rich Master, who's one of our agents. Okay? So you want to be the one that pops up that people call. And if they're not good leads, like he said, you can dispute it and they won't charge you.
For Google local service ads.
I'm sorry, was there a question? No? Okay.
Step 1. Step number 2, in the process, in this training, I want you to also get some free leads. I want you to set up my Google business profile. Like I showed you, we have a Google local service profile. This is part of your online presence. You can get on there and you can set that up completely free. And I want you to have the name of your company and or person. I don't like, on my example with Dan, the Dan Harker group. I don't like that. So people want to do business with somebody that does about 30, 40 houses a year, that's solo agent. So I would put Brad Baldwin, realtor, or something like that, or Brad Baldwin, real estate, or something of that nature. Check with your broker on seeing on your terms and in your state, because it changes all the time. But I do want you to do that. I want you to put in the proper location. I want you to put a great bio. I want you to upload some photos. And then what I want you to do after you get that done is I want you to start getting some reviews. And in our materials, in your workbook, it's going to give you very detailed instructions on how to set up your Google business profile. But once you get your Google local business profile, now we can go ahead and get some more reviews. And you're talking to your database, you're talking to your SOI anyway, right? After you get off the phone with them, you can get that link to your Google reviews. And that's where you want all your reviews, on your Google My Business page, not your local service ads. Again, all your reviews need to be on the Google My Business page, not your local service ads. Okay. So get the link to your Google local business page And that link there is what you're going to text your SOI after you get done calling them. So I got Andy Anderson's contact information and everything. Hey, Andy, by the way, I'm new on Google. I know we haven't done business together, but you do know me. And I hope that you feel that I'm a professional real estate agent. Would you take 3 seconds out of your time to give me a 5-star review, maybe even write a little blurb about who I am? Sure, no problem, Brad. And you text them the review and hope for the best that you get it. Don't hound them for the reviews. But this is something that you can go ahead and get people into your world and get people into your branding and get Google reviews on Google. So if you do get a listing or a buyer and they search you on Google, you have a very professional profile there. And you also are going to have 8 or 9 reviews, maybe a little bit more. That really does help build your credibility as a new agent. Now, let's get back into the leads. Leads are awesome. Leads is what you need to grow your business. I do want you to grow your sphere of influence, right? But I do want you to also have other ways to get leads. Now, in your materials, I provided you with about 20 different websites. Some of them charge you monthly, some of them don't, and I'm explaining the difference. You do not need to sign up for the ones that charge you monthly. Just be in real estate. What I want you to do right off the bat as a new agent, or maybe somebody that's getting back into the saddle again, so to speak, to use a term here from Texas, is I want you to sign up for all of the lead sources that charge you a referral fee after the closing. So you sign up for agentpronto.com. You get a lead from there. You take said lead out, you sell them a property, and you owe Agent Pronto a 25% referral fee for that lead. That's cool. I'm fine with that. You did several things. You grew your SOI, you sold a property that you can market to, that you can put on social media. There's a lot of things that come out of it. So don't think of it as a transaction, think big picture. Big picture is I've got an SOI, I've got a property that I can market around, and I'd had to pay them a little bit of money to get the lead. But you didn't have to do it up front. You have to do it after the closing. That's why it's such a beautiful thing to get signed up for all of those resources so you can start getting leads immediately. So now we're calling our SOI. We got our local Google service ads up. We got our profile on Google looking really good. Now we're going to sign up for all these online referral lead sources. Okay, that's going to get you leads immediately. I'm not saying that your inbox will be flooded with leads, but I do know if you're signed up for all those, you will start getting leads. All right, and that's what I want you to do this week. Don't worry so much about converting them at this point, because this is going to be a lot of time just setting all this up. In fact, I'd be really shocked if you got through it all this week. But I really want you to time block an hour, time block 2 hours every day to be working on this and getting it all set up. Google local service ads is a pain in the neck. You do have to call Google a lot. You do have to send them stuff a lot. You got to check back and make sure they uploaded it correctly. It is a little bit of a front end pain in the neck, but a long-term reward. And that's what I want from you. So again, if you've got questions on this, you want to really dive in deeper, email me, call me, we'll help you out. Talk to me during office hours on Thursday. That would be great. You can go to our YouTube channel, Icenhower Coaching and Consulting, and put in Google local service ads. You'll find a lot of information there. Or go to the Real Estate Agent Roundtable in the Facebook group and ask questions in there. We'll help you out any way possible. I look forward to talking to you Thursday. And I look forward to talking to you and making another video next week. Talk to you soon.
All right, so what we're going to talk about today is your online presence a little bit. And that's probably the most important thing, I think. I know you're all going to pull something from this. And, you know, the idea here is we're in a very shifting industry with regards to technology. And a lot of people, for a lot of wonderful reasons, are shifting away from what used to dominate the online scene, which is Zillow, right? And so where do we go next? Like, where is our industry going next now that Zillow is going away? Why is Zillow going away? How is Zillow going away? Why should we be going someplace else? And I'll tell you, I can answer all those questions pretty confidently right now.
Okay, so we're going to stop the share there. That's the video for you all to watch during this week, where Brian does a deeper dive into the Google local service ads and the Google My Business. Okay, but the first thing you want to do is get that Google My Business set up, and then get the Google local service ads things working. Because if people find out about you as a realtor, one of the first things people do nowadays is they pick up their phone or their computer and they validate you. They check you out. And if you've got a Google My Business, it's great. Now, Amber and Aixa, you guys are great. You're always here early. You're always doing the work. Have you given each other a referral on your Google My Business?
I think we did some point when we have a class like this and everybody was giving reviews to everybody. I never got mine approved by Google or whatever. They don't show. I only have one review for one person that I helped, but it didn't convert. But anyway, I was the free Uber driver, so she did a nice review for me. But then some friends as well, and I sent the link and I said, just look for me, and they don't, the reviews, they don't show up. So I don't know.
Okay, so in the materials, in the workbook you have, there is the number for Google. You got to call them. Vera will co-sign this. She had to beat on them and get things done to do it for Shane and do it over and over again. But it's worth it, because once you have it, it's there forever. But you just have to go and beat on them. Okay? And you can get it done.
What is the difference? Because he mentioned something that you want your reviews in my local business page and not your local service ad.
All right,
they're
let's stop for a
different.
second so that we get our terminology, our syntax correct. There's GMB, Google My Business. That's the free one that everybody gets.
Mhm.
Then there's Google Local Service Ads. Those are the ones that you pay for leads that come from that.
Mhm.
You want all of your testimonials, all of your referrals to be on your Google My Business page, the GMB, not the local service ad. Okay? When people go to your local service ad, they'll end up at your Google My Business, and that's where all of the testimonials hang. So everybody can see your Google My Business, but not everybody's going to see your local service ad. Okay? So get the Google My Business done, then get your Google local service ads up, and you can get your Google My Business done. If you started both of them at the same time, the GMB would be done first before the local service ad would be approved.
No, I have all that done. I did 2 campaigns. Nobody called me. But I mean, it's running.
Okay. And now it's starting to get people, because following on with what Vera said, if you go and talk to your doctor, what's your doctor going to do? Yeah, let me go check her out. So if you have your website up, which you should have from Homes, and you have your Google My Business set up, and you have your Facebook for Business page set up, they're going to go tick, tick, tick. Yep, she's a realtor. Oh, look, she's got some testimonials. Because if you and Amber make a deal that you're going to give each other testimonials, don't go on there and say, I'm another realtor. You can just say, 5 stars, Amber's great, she's very dependable. Ace is great, she's a great realtor, and she's a paddling coach, whatever. Okay? You guys want to make that deal with each other?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the way you make the deal is that you're going to go to your Google My Business page, you're going to get that link, and you're going to send it to Amber. And Amber, you're going to send it to Aixa. So You want to take as much of the friction away. Don't make them go find you, make them click on the link. It's easy. Okay?
Okay.
And again, you're going to see in the materials scripts on how to say that. Now, as Shane pointed out in the past, don't be the one that just sits there and goes, hello, Amber, my name is. This drives people nuts. Just have it enough in your mind that you smile the way you're smiling now, except, and you're saying it, have that, you know, whenever I did this overseas, especially with new people, I always made them put a mirror in front of them, because it's hard to look at yourself and not smile. So remember to put the smile into your voice by, you know, it's an inside job, but it shows outside. Okay?
So since we're on this training right now, do you want to go over, does everyone have everything? Like Amber, Aixa, and Angelica, do all three of you have a Google listing, Google My Business?
Yeah.
Do you have?
I do, but it's not up because for some reason they had a problem with the code. Like it was like sent to the office and then they said that it was the incorrect code. So mine's not active.
There is an option to get a resend postcard. So just request to resend because you're going to wait for it for, you know, forever. It just
That's what I did. I requested a resend. So I'm waiting now. So
Now,
until I get it.
In order for your reviews to link with your local service ads, you have to have a minimum of 5 reviews. Does everyone have 5 reviews?
I used to have, but they disappear. That's what I was trying to tell John. When we did something like this, everybody did nice reviews for me. I have like 6 of them. And then something happened and all of that disappeared and I got a new review. So I know that I have the ability to get reviews, but all of the other ones disappear. So I only have 1.
Yeah, you definitely need to call them and like find out.
Yeah, because you mentioned a code. I never receive a code or a postcard or anything like that. I did everything by phone, and there was a lady from Google itself. She was sending me back and forth emails, and we did kind of like a Zoom thing, and she helped me set everything up, but I never got a verification or anything. She kind of did the whole thing.
Oh,
So are you sure maybe you had 2 different locations and the rest of your reviews are just on a different location?
I have no idea. I don't know. And when I Google myself, I don't see anything that, you know, like, I don't know. It was also at the same time that I changed brokers and I have problems with my website. So maybe that's something there in the cloud that's not connected, but I have no idea where.
Okay, and the local service ads, does everyone have one by now? Amber has, except that you don't have one yet?
I think so. I'm connected it last week. I repeated the campaign.
But it's not a campaign, it's a local service ads, it's a separate account where you have to submit your background check. Did you do that?
I don't think so. If you Google me, are you able to see that?
No. So that means that's your next step. So first thing you would need to call to Google My Business, which is 2 separate phone calls.
So I have this. Where are you? I have this.
That's Google My Business. And then you have to go into Google and search Google local service ads, then log in. You will have to create a brand new account. And over there, you submit your background check. So you need to do it today because it takes 3 weeks to get approved. Did we lose Angelica? She's just like, I don't even have it. I just give up.
she's working and sometimes she has to take a call. And sometimes it gets light, so she'll come back.
But yeah, I mean, I'm talking about that because we talk about, you know, theory about it, but then like Aixa, for example, doesn't know what's the next step she needs to take. Like you can always build up new reviews, you know, like ask more friends to leave you a review. That's not that difficult. But local service ads take a long time to get approved. And it's actually not that difficult. Like that thing that where you had to go back and forth, that doesn't exist anymore. You don't have to worry about that. You go search local service ads for realtors, create an account. If you use the same Gmail that you used for your Google My Business, that's going to expedite the process of getting your background approved. And then you fill out your information, including social security and stuff, and you just submit it. You're going to get a link on your phone, you submit it, take a picture of your ID, and good to go. So as long as all of the steps are checked, you'll be fine. So that will be approved within 3 weeks. And then you're going to show up on that search.
I
just
thought
wanna-
that I had that done. I don't know.
I thought the local service ads at first was my Google business account. So like I even made that mistake originally. I was like, yeah, I have it up and my sister was getting leads. I'm like, how's this happening? And it's because it's way two different ones. And when you start signing up, you'll see the difference. For the local Google service ads, I have a separate Google number as well. If you have a separate number, don't use it because it's not compatible for some reason. So use your actual real number instead of like a Google Voice or whatever, because that was a mistake that I made.
Yeah,
Also,
the more information matches, the quicker the approval process is as well. So use the same phone number, same email, same, like the picture, uploading the picture actually speeds it up.
They did not my picture 5 times.
I think they match your copy of ID to the headshot that you submitted, so that speeds it up.
Yeah, I know that we're renting a motorhome, and that's what Outdoorsy does. You register and you have your picture, but now you have to put in your ID. And then when you're making the reservation, it uses artificial intelligence to match those pictures, says, yeah, it really is you, and you can rent this motorhome, and we've got all your insurance things connected. Now, one of the things that I wanted to mention is when you send the postcard, when the postcard's being sent to you, what did you choose as your address? If, for example, Asa, where do you live?
Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, so do you want to have your home address as your business, or do you want to have our office in Hollywood?
So good question, because the other day I was creating my PA as well. And I had that question, I don't know what to do. So I put my mailing address, my house, but that I run business at my broker address.
Go ahead, Amber. Oh, she was waving
She
goodbye
said she had-
because it's 1:02 and she had an appointment she mentioned earlier. That she wasn't asking a question, she was waving goodbye. So
Yeah, regarding those addresses, Aixa, you can have 2 Google local service ads and 2 Google My Business, and that you're going to get more leads. But again, you have to create 2 separate ones, and local service ads, you will have to get approved twice. So let's say you want to have one for Fort Lauderdale. So whenever someone search Fort Lauderdale Realtor, you show up. And when someone search Hollywood Realtor, you will show up. But you have to do the application twice.
Okay.
and whatever one you put is where they're going to send the postcard. So if you're sending a postcard to our office, it would be wise to call and tell Marcy at the office, call the office, say, hey, Marcy, it's me, Asa, and I'm expecting something from Google. So if you see a postcard, give me a call and forward it to me here. Okay. Or give me a call and I'll just get the ad for, the code from.
Yeah, I thought I had that going because they'd even offer me that I had like a credit or something. I don't know. I totally thought I had that done.
Okay. And remember what Vera said, that you can get 2 locations. Doesn't cost you any more because you're only paying for leads that come in. But more is better.
Yeah, I know that there's something it's running up there because I got 2 phone calls, one from a guy that he wanted to just lose time, whatever, like completely irrelevant. And another one, a guy from Colombia that wanted to buy something in, I don't know, Kentucky. I don't know, like it was completely a waste of time.
Maybe a pay-per-click campaign, because when you create Google My Business profile, they give you some credits and they encourage you to do the pay-per-click campaign. It's a little bit different from local service ads, as they showed. Like local service ads are those pictures of realtors on top, and then lower there's like ad and something that's a pay-per-click. So it's 2 separate things.
I don't
So
know.
if you have a
I'll
paper
play with it.
train, I would just stop it. Like,
Yeah, I don't think I have that, but well, I receive those random phone calls like, hey, there's something running.
It sounds like they gave you the credit, and when you said campaign, I was trying to understand. It was probably that. Again, different kind of lead. When someone sees a certain word that you come up in Google.
Yeah. No, the thing is the girl that she helped me from Google, I explained, maybe I don't say it right, the name, but I explained we were like, I want my picture on top and we're looking for Lauderdale. And she was like, well, but these people over there, they're paying a bunch of money for your budget. You might show there, you might not. So she made me increase my budget and was like, all right.
Yeah, but again, when you increase your budget, as long as it's for the Google Business and Google Local Service ads, that'll work. You don't want to increase your budget for the Google AdWords, which is a different thing.
Okay. Yeah, I need to check.
Okay.
All right. If I don't succeed, Vera, can I pay you and you do it for me?
well, but in general, you just call them, they'll help you out over the phone. You just need to like clearly separate in your head the Google My Business and local service ads, because it's two separate things and it's two separate supports that you have to call.
Okay.
And they just like overlap each other. So you have to realize what you're actually paying for.
All right.
All right, and dive into the materials that are available this week, as you did last week. Good job. Okay. And we'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Vera.
Yeah.
Really, thanks a lot. That was
Thank you, Vera.
good comments.
We
Good.
have some competition, John.
Competition without opposition.
Bye.
Bye.